Hey, hey, hey. Looking good, Erin. You're looking good, my friend. Hello, beautiful
Shine.
people. Welcome back to the Spirit Essence Show. I'm Tara Diana. And I record these like once a month, so I always feel like I've not been around for some time, but I'm super happy to be back. This is the show where we have the most beautiful, beautiful people come to the table to have their wisdom, their insight. And I am excited because I handpick everyone. I'm like, okay, Boo Boo, I want you, and Boo Boo, I want you. And I'm always excited to see what they have. We are going to be talking today about a question. We're going to be talking about a question. We're going to be having a question, and no one knows what that question is yet. So let me introduce my two special guests. First, I'd like to start with Rickie Avitan. Rickie's been a part of my world for quite a few years now. She is a trance medium. She is a spiritual healer. She is a facilitator, a clinical hypnotherapist. Oh my goodness, she's all the things. So I just want to do a shout out to Rickie. Hello, Rickie.
Hello there, Tara. It's just an Aaron. It's just incredible. I love you. I really love your spirit and energy, and it's awesome to be part of your world ongoing.
Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you.
I love doing workshops with Rickie, and I'll tell you why. Because our energy is, we work very well together, but we're like polar opposite. She comes in with this gentle, kind of feeling, and I come in like that bull in the china shop, like I always say, and we just work so well together. So I'm super excited to have you here, Rickie. And
Thank you.
I am also very pleased to like have Aaron. This is the first time Aaron Turner Jr. has been a part of my, not a part of my world. I've worked with him a little bit at the First United Spiritualist Church, but this is the first time he's been on any of my platforms, and I am so excited. So Aaron is an inspirational speaker, motivational speaker. He's a singer. He's all the things. He's a psychic medium. He does this thing with orbs that you guys will have to follow me if you want to know more, because he's going to do some of that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to convince him to do that. Aaron, introduce yourself to my community. They don't know you yet. They know
Oh
my
God,
Rickie.
yeah. Hey peeps. I'm Aaron. I'm Aaron. I stepped on the scene at Spirituals Alliance about a year and a half ago, and that's where I met Rickie at a table tilting event. And I was blown away by it, blown away by everything I saw at Spirituals Alliance. And then someone told me about the Burnaby Church as well. We went to check out the Burnaby Church one weekend to see Angela speak. Blown away by we're a year and a half deep into joining the mediumship community, and you guys are just amazing. Like you said, the dichotomy between each medium, like the two of you alone having you in the same room, it's just it's black and white. It's so fun, but you guys bring the same messages and bring the same energy, and I love it. I've been studying after you guys for a year. What I do, aside from mediumship, I work with orbs, and I'll talk one day about that. Spirit orbs is my thing, and we'll talk about that at the end. But I'm so happy to be here and on your show, and I hope I can come back in the future. We just do this some more, Tara. We can do this. We can
Oh,
do this.
baby, I have so many platforms. There's lots of ways you can work with me. So this is just one of them. I will say, just so everyone knows, we are based in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And so when he's talking about Burnaby and the different spiritual churches and spiritual centers, they are all based in the Lower Mainland in British Columbia. So, Aaron, thank you so much for being here. And I want to do a shout out to Aaron's wife because I love her with every ounce of my being. So, hey, Jen, we love you. We love you. Okay, guys, let's get started because everyone knows me. They know I can just go off on a tangent, and I'm super like excited about this orbs, and I'm super excited about all the things Rickie and it does, and I need to stay focused here because we have a question. Are you ready?
We
Oh
are.
God, Aaron's face. I'm
But
like, okay, he's
okay,
ready.
yeah, just what is it? Shout it
Okay,
out.
okay, okay. I gotta look at my notes though, because I want to make sure I get it right. Do you believe that love has a particular vibration? Now, stay with me, babies. Do you believe that love has a particular vibration? It is the highest attainable vibration on the earth plane. Let's go. Let's go. This is
Oh,
okay.
Aaron,
Anyone want to
Aaron,
start?
you
Oh,
start.
oh,
Aaron.
okay.
I was gonna let you go. Okay, I'll do this. Absolutely yes. I don't just believe, I know. I
Now,
know. Okay. How? I'm a musician. I'm a singer. Okay. I deal with frequencies, and I deal with frequencies, and I know what happens when you get into the love vibe. Okay. When you're singing a love song, when you're enjoying a love song, you can feel, you can see people's aura change. and you know it's at the highest of the high. We've seen people um, in depression, and then you give them a little drop of love, and you watch them, the vibration just raise, just a little drop. And my wife and I, we work as community support workers as well. So we work with people who have um, who suffer mental illness, and you give them a little drop of love, a little bit of love vibration, and it just changes everything in them. Now, as the most high, as far as frequencies go, and knowing, understanding hurts and stuff like that, love is the highest frequency you could reach, except for the God
Okay.
frequency. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. I love that. I love the music. See, Spirit never lets me down. I always say, here's my guess. What am I doing? And they're like, this. I'm like, fabulous. Rickie, what's your thoughts on the particular question? I'm going to take us down a different route.
Absolutely love the question because everything about life is love. There is nothing about life that shouldn't contain or doesn't have love because we are love. Our innate ability is love. I know, I don't just believe, I know that each and every one of us is a campus for love. And yes, we are being challenged by life. We are being challenged by whatever it's happened to each and every one of us in our own individual life. But what gets us out of there is that love. As a trans medium, connecting people to their power. And Tara, you do a lot of this work. And I love your work because I have seen you do and work with people that are really, really struggled and you have helped them because you love them. And so working within the trance states and changing the frequency and vibration within and without, that is moving us slowly but surely into that vibration of love. To reach the vibration of love is an intention and a
Hmm.
desire. Doesn't mean that I say I love, that I am feeling it, but I do know that we can walk towards that. And I do know that each one of us has that innate vibration of the fundamental of who we are, which is love. But we gotta get there by peeling all the layers that we are covered with within our life. Yeah.
And that brings us to an interesting point. I'm jumping all over the place, but when Rickie, you're talking about this, we have to do, when we're always talking about doing the work, this is something that's coming up a lot in my empowerment work with people is people are like, well, what the hell is the work, Tara? You keep talking to me about the work. And I'm like, well, the work is taking a look at what everything is around you and what's yours and resonates and what's not. And why do you feel you have to stay with what's not resonating with you? And I said it can be a little bit much, but we can make it simplistic. Love, that love frequency, when people talk about love to me, and Erin, you said something that just made my whole body tingle. You said just that little bit of love. You just give someone that little bit of love. And I thought to myself, there's a lot going on in my world right now. If you know, you know. And I, that little bit of love is so important. And I thought for the longest time, and Rickie and I had a discussion about this a little while ago, or actually not that long ago. We're actually talking minutes ago, but about this on a completely different level. But I was talking about authenticity. And so I sit in this really, I love the love vibration. I do feel it's a high vibration. And for the longest time, I felt personally it was the highest frequency. I felt personally, yes, everyone says it's the highest frequency. I feel it. I'm going with that flow because it produces, that state of peace and calm and joy and serenity and, acceptance and surrender and all those things that we want in our lives. We want to live that highest and best energy because low vibration is like hard. It's hard to sit in depression, anxiety, guilt, doubt, all those things. And then about a year ago, I was sitting with spirit, sitting in my power, Rickie. I was sitting in my power. And spirit and I were channeling. And what came to me was that authenticity is the highest frequency. And I was like, oh, I'm not doing that because I'm not fighting with everyone over love and authenticity and all these things. And because it lines to your true self. And spirit said this to me, you guys, and I'd love to get your thought on this. Okay, so maybe for you, authenticity is the highest frequency. Being your true self in this lifetime here. Because your spirit having that human experience. You need to have this human experience. But your true self aligned to that is the highest frequency that you as a person can get. You as a human, spirit having that human experience. The love is a universal high frequency that we all bring into our space. But for you as an individual, as just Rickie or Aaron or Tara or Jen, because I feel like she's around, um, any of us, any of us, if you're not authentic, how can you sit in love? If you're not authentic, you cannot be that high. You can have love, you can be love, but are you at the highest frequency of love if you are still working on all this other stuff? And I was like, holy sweet goddess.
Laura,
Yes, go.
being authentic, it's an evolvement. People think they are authentic, and when you look at them and say, you're totally not authentic. I can see through your colors. But the individual feel and knows I'm really authentic. And you look at them and say, no, you're not. You're actually not. So to move through the layers of the onion, when that person is ready, they will. And what is spirit self? I can have my own truth. You can have your own truth. When we're looking at individual truth, is it really? What is truth? Let's start there. Who is truth? What is truth? Your truth is not mine. Are we going to fight about that? Are we going to have an argument about my truth, your truth? And that's where we get into trouble, is to appreciate in my heart everybody uniqueness. And if I can appreciate Aaron uniqueness, Tara uniqueness, you appreciate my uniqueness, and move through and transform through that uniqueness, even though that person is unauthentic. But if I am knowing that moment, that's where they are in their life, and I'm not judging them, I'm not taking what they are putting out because it's not part of my life, so I'm putting it out. But I do allow that space for them, and they may leave at the end of their life unauthentic. I worked on palliative care, and I watched people die unauthentic. I watched them, and in the last breath, they said, "I wish." So I do believe, and I do know through experience and observation, that being authentic is a very individual journey that you may or may not come into while you're walking on earth. You may or may,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I feel that. I feel that with every ounce of me, which for me, and Aaron, I'm going to let you speak to this in 1 second, which for me shows me that if the highest vibration is love universally, and the highest vibration as an individual, give or take, is authenticity, it doesn't mean that we're all going to reach that true authentic self in this lifetime. You are not wrong. And your Aaron's journey and your journey, just like you said, Rickie, is not my journey. So if you want to believe you're authentic, oh my God, authentic, that's the word I'm looking for. If you feel that, that's yours. That's not up to me. I can feel what I need to feel about what your journey is, but I'm not defined by your journey. I'm not defined by anyone's journey but my own. Right? Unless I want to be defined by someone else's journey. And babies, we don't want that. So for me,
Absolutely.
love, highest vibration universally. This is just my humble opinion, babies, and everyone can come at me. But authenticity is my personal and each personal. I understood what universe or spirit was saying to me. This is your journey. This isn't about the highest vibration being for everyone. Aaron, go.
Oh, dear God, much to say and to add. Love, when I look at, okay, love is such a word that, like for as an example, Tara, you love your dogs. I love my dog.
Mm.
Okay, I love my spouse. I love this weather we're having right now. Okay, I love to swim in the lake when it's hot. I love to take a hot bath when it's cold. Okay, and I have many different experiences of love. Okay, experiences of love. And here we are in this life journey, and we're learning these lessons. And at some point, we become authentic, true to ourselves. I believe that when we become authentic, it opens up the gates to allow love in. It's at that moment when you receive, when you're like, I am true to myself and I can receive love, and then you can receive the love and it fills your body and you know what that energy is. Then I think that's, well, I'm going to use this as an example, divine love. I'm going to bring this back to Rickie. Rickie, I love divine love. You guys taught me, I don't know if anyone knows that you run the Divine Love Sanctuary. Is that correct?
No, no, I don't run it. No,
Not
not
run.
at all.
You're involved, very, very
I'm
much involved in.
a guest. I'm a guest medium in
Yes,
there.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love it. You introduced me to divine love, and so up until this point, I'm a lover. I'm loving my whole life. I'm a triple cancer. All I can do is exude those loving emotions. It's what I do. It's why I met who I met. And so I authentically, I try to spread love everywhere I go, but sometimes I get rejected, but I still do it. But it wasn't until I accepted in my life that I was a lover, that is what I was put here to do, was to love and to seek that vibration of that higher divine love vibration. I started spewing love everywhere and got rejected. Okay. Um, but I authentically am a lover, regardless of getting rejected, regardless of when I go outside and what I'm trying to do. I'm authentically a lover, first and foremost. And I know what it feels like to allow love in. And a lot of people can't allow love in until they reach that authenticity, till they
That's
reach
like our new word. We're going to have to go and practice that.
one.
Authenticity.
Okay. So I love my dog in a way that I love, different than I love my wife, but it's still all the love vibration. And I think you can't really accept it into your life until you know that you're accepting love into your life.
Which, let me throw something else out there. Ultimately, would that not kind of flow with the idea that authenticity and love are actually have to be a combined
The catalyst. Yes.
frequency? They have to be the combined frequency. You can't have one without the other and claim to be at the highest frequency.
Well said.
Thoughts, Rickie? Thank you, Aaron.
The Dalai Lama spoke about, I mean, it's really difficult to understand the Dalai Lama deep concept, ideas. But what I have taken from his words, compassion, is the highest of love. When we look at human love, we look at condition. If you do this, I love you. If you don't do this, I reject you. If you do it by my way, it's all good. If not, it's not good. But he talked about compassion, that it is moving from that LOVE words that we get caught in it. And if I feel in my heart, really truly feel, I'm not saying what you're experiencing, but if I can look at you from a glass of compassion, and I'm not talking about feeling sorry for anybody, that opens up all vastness of my ability to sit with you and listen with my heart open, without judgment, with love, with tolerance, with allowing space, holding space, all this wonderful kindness, all these things that we each desire to have in our life. Unfortunately, it's not taking place because a lot of us is all about the me. I want it my way. I want it now. And if it's not my way and now, I can't be with you. And that is conditions. We're applying conditions for who we are and what we are and how we operate in our life. And that's where I love the Dalai Lama when he spoke about compassion, because I am reminded when I get twisted about something or upset about someone, I am reminded of his words, compassion, unconditioned. And once I'm reminded, I can release and let go that momentary emotion that I was hanging on to about something or someone. And so it opens up that vastness. But I want to take something that what Aaron said, the ability to accept love. Accepting and giving. What is most more challenging is accepting love or giving love. Accepting love. Because when we love self unconditionally, meaning not from a selfish space, we can accept love because we can give love. unconditionally. I remember, I'm going to give you a very short story if you don't mind. Years and years ago, someone I know, she really didn't have money. She had two little girls and she didn't have money. And I thought, I'm going to do shopping for her, but I didn't know how to give it to her. I said, how am I going to give her those shopping bags that I'm going to shop without making her feel that I feel sorry for her, I feel bad for her, that that was a huge struggle. I said, nevertheless, Rickie, she needs food. Just do it. So I went to, was Safeway at the time, and I filled up bags with food for the kids, blah, blah, blah. I drove to her apartment. I left the bags outside and knocked on the door and I walked away. That was my best way to give her without her knowing who gave it, what gave it, and without me feeling, it was a real struggle because I was fearful that how she's going to look at me the next day. Am I feeling sorry for her? I did not want any of that. I just want her to have food in the fridge for the kids. That was simple. And so that's, we do those things because we love. The love is an innate vibration, and I want to take it higher. And I know that some of us here have some trouble with the word God, but I want to live from that place. I want to live from that place that I know God's spark, the divine spark is in me. And when I can be touched by that divine spark within me, I can give it unconditionally, compassionately, lovingly. And with the art, there is a ART in the giving. And the accepting love is all about the deserving, is the removing the layers of our challenging personality. Because when we, personality is being challenged, it's harder for us to accept. We come from a place, I don't deserve it. Does he want something from me? If I take it, do I have to owe him? All of these things that comes into our mind. So let
Mm.
us remember the words of the Dalai Lama, compassion, which is unconditional love. And I know, Tara, I have watched you over the years. I've met you a few years back. I didn't know you. I really didn't know you. First time I just retired, I met you. And I love your compassion because I have seen you and I have seen the work that you have been doing with people that some other people may not feel that way. And you have walked with them compassionately, lovingly, because you've got that muscle in you and you're exercising that muscle towards others. And that's, to me, no matter where we are, that's the highest way of being in our life, is to give someone. We might not be able to say I love you, but you're doing it. But you're doing it. And the
Yeah,
outcome is the transformation of that individual.
I love the idea of what you just said, and thank you for the beautiful accolades. And that's a gorgeous story. I mean, that's the kind of giving that I do on a consistent basis. Like no one needs
So,
to know it's me. I'm just popping in and I'm popping out. But I think in my view, and the Dalai Lama, I don't follow the Dalai Lama very much, for a host of different reasons. And I don't use the word God in my work, because it's a God of each of our own understanding. But what I want to say is, when I talked about the authenticity, when that came to me in spirit, that was to allow me to keep things far more simpler. And this will be the last bit of conversation I'd like to open up to you guys in today's talk is we talk about, we are now a very social media based society. Spiritually, we are. People are going to Google, uh, Chat GPT. They're going to YouTube channels. There's 900 million people all spewing their own version of what we are talking about today, including the Dalai Lama and other, I can't even remember all the people that do this stuff because I don't follow most of them because they don't always resonate with me. So my unique ability to be in my power and to be authentic is to allow myself to keep spirituality simple, to keep it in a space that is, what is spirit giving me? And this is why I always say I'm the laziest medium you'll ever come across, because I am like, spirit tells me, and so it is. If it resonates, baby. And there's been things spirit has said that hasn't resonated with me, and I had to work through it if I chose to work through it. But spirituality And this idea of frequencies and, people love the 5D thing. 5D means nothing to me. I'm like, nah, you want to do a 5D thing? There's going to be a 6D, a 13D, a 250D, but I'm in the right now doing the work that Spirit has me doing. If they're taking me 5D, great. If they're not, hey, how do I know? I don't know. So my thing is this: love is a high frequency. Authenticity is a high frequency. And if you keep it simple for all those people out there that aren't going to do the work, that for whatever capacity, it's not in this lifetime for them to go through the layers of the onions. I like to think of layers as cakes, right? Different layers of a cake, mostly chocolate. But if they don't want to go through those layers, if they don't want to do that work, I feel it's my journey to help them find the simplistic way to raise their vibration and find their highest vibration. That may not be my highest vibration, might not be the highest vibration of love, but that if I can keep it simple for them, they're more likely to do the work and go deeper down the road too, for real. So, how do you guys feel about when people are talking about the work? Why do we make it so complicated? Because Spirit doesn't. Spirit doesn't make it complicated. They give us the tools. We make it complicated as humans. Thoughts go, Aaron.
Sure. You said it earlier. You said it at the beginning. There's what, 7+ billion people. Okay. So 7+ billion people pursuing love in their own individual way, and everyone has their own ego and their own opinion as to what love is and how you should pursue it. And so I would think that history and stories have proven love over time, and that we need to punch more of those old stories and all those old examples that we've had of love, so that people can say, oh, that's love, and they can make a choice of their own, if they want to believe it's love or not. But it's an example that's been tested and proven through time, that this is love, and they can use that as a tool, as a little toolbox. They can start building it as they're trying to create their own love box. And for me, it's just random acts of kindness. It starts with random acts of kindness, and it trickles like a ripple. You do something for someone else, they do it for someone else. You go the
Pay
other
it forward.
and pay it forward. Okay, it works. I've seen it work. I do it in my life, and people do it in their life. They do it to me, and I love it. And I love it. I said that I love it. I love this. I love that we're having this conversation, because people are gyrating right now when they listen to this and they hear us talking about love this entire time, the frequency of love and such. This is doing that. This is a random act of kindness. This is spreading love. This is telling the story from three individuals' opinion about the same subject, love. And it's just one example, just three of us right here. And this is three different God love, and like I said, puppy love. Same thing in and all the self, like the spark you said. But love in general is just a good feeling. So if you can spread the
Period.
period, it's just a good feeling, period. And so if you can pursue love, pursue love. Okay. I'll end it at that. Rickie.
Love that. Love that.
Love that.
Okay, Rickie, baby,
Loving.
tell me what you got, girl.
I think each one of us want to be unique and acknowledged and validated. And we do it through our work. The trouble we get and the danger we get is that we come to see I am the only one. And
Mm.
that's where it gets us into trouble. That's where the winning, I want to win. But if we understand that each and every one of us is so unique and we have so much to offer, and there are so many modalities, and that's why, because if I'm going to one modality, a chiropractor, I'm going to go to a physio, a massage therapist, an acupuncturist, a psychologist, and the world is an oyster of modalities. That's why it's there, because it's for each individual to explore. It's not about I am the only one. Now we get into the power, into I am better than you, into
Into
come
ego.
and see me because ego. And that's where we get into trouble. Or you might be really good practitioner, but when you get into this, I am the best, and that's where we get into danger. And that's where we slide out of our space, because you're absolutely right. Spirit is guiding us with the most simplicity. I see trans people, and they sit there with words that no one can understand. That's not spirit. That's your higher mind because you want to be unique. You want to think, I'm speaking in this language because I am different. No, no, no. It's you, it's you, it's you. I mean, I've done trance long enough to know and to differentiate and to discern what is authentic and what is your higher self. And people, they just want to be unique, and which was wonderful. But you're not the only one. I'm not the only one. And that's the message I want to give here.
So I'm going to
We
bring to an end, my beautiful souls. And I'm going to say this. Highest vibration, whether you believe it's unconditional love, whether you believe it's authenticity, true self, I'm going to suggest to people to look at it as a joint effort. If you have one, you can have the other. Sometimes you might have this one a little more than this one, but keep spirituality as simple as possible because you'll get way more ahead in your own self than if you are seeking in all sorts of different ways. Go, there's many teachers out there. Rickie's not wrong. And every one of those practitioners you said, therapist, chiropractor, I need every one of them, baby. So I am like literally getting off this call and like calling people up. But keep it simple. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If you want to deep dive and rabbit hole things, absolutely do it. But if you're sitting in love and you're authentic to yourself, your authenticity is to you, babies, not to anyone else. You're not here to impress anyone unless you want to. And that's a you thing, not an us thing. So I'm going to leave that with you all. Aaron and Rickie, thank you so much for this engaging conversation. I loved it. I love the
I loved
spicy.
it. I loved it.
I do. Love is a good word. We should just say it. It doesn't make it any less or any more. It's just love. And it's just a word. And it's what we put into it that matters. Rickie, how can people find you, sweetheart, that are watching this? Tell my community how to reach you.
That's really simple. Rickie Avitan. You Google my name and you'll get into my website where we're going to have retreats, workshop. For me, it's all about trance. That's what my platform. Just my YouTube, just simple Rickie Avitan, and I'll just pop up with everything that's there. Easy.
Perfect. Perfect. Aaron, how can we find you in your orbs?
My orb. Hey, you know what? Instagram. I believe it's orb.art.canada. You can follow us on Instagram, but my true journey starts on my at my website, which is myradiostation.ca, and on there it branches off into orbs and all kinds of other stuff and music. I love everything that you two do. I've been watching you guys for so long. I love it every single time, and I'll be watching you guys for the rest of my life. I have so many wonderful teachers. I haven't even gotten to trance yet, Rickie. I look forward to that, and I look forward to spreading love, guys, with you, with the spiritualist community. We're doing it, rocking it. Let's go.
Love it. Everyone is going to be in the notes down below. I want to thank you all for joining us today. Those audience members, my two practitioners, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow Spirit Essence by Tara Diana on all my platforms, TikTok, IG, oh my gosh, Facebook, wherever you can find me. Just do what you did for Rickie. Do it with Spirit Essence by Tara Diana and you'll find me. And join our Facebook, a private Facebook group called Empowering Intuitive Souls. That's where we ask the questions, we give the answers. It's safe, it's sacred. And until next time, lovies, stay divine.
Stay divine.
Thank you. Thank you, Tara. Thank you,
Thank you,
Aaron.
Tara, for having me. Thank you, Rickie, for good to see you. I'll see you guys around, all right?
Okie dokie, we're done.